The core purpose of the Callan Course is to cultivate heroic leadership in the Millennial Generation. So it's fair to ask, why the Millennials? Why are we focusing on the Millennial Generation? Let me answer that first with a general point and then with some specific data points that help answer this question. First, if we're fair to ourselves, if we look back over the arc of time, every generation has had latent within it the capability to be the next great generation. What defines greatness is the ability to be ready when challenge comes, when the call comes. What we don't know and what we can't control for this generation or any generation is what fate will put in that generation's path. We know it's going to happen, we just don't know the timing nor the nature of the challenge. However, what we can control is the preparation, is helping the millennials be ready so that when fate places before them in their path, if you will, that challenge, they'll be ready to rise, to become that next great generation. Consider these facts about the Millennial Generation. The millennials comprise 27% of our population. They are the largest demographic of all of the last four demographic generational groups, larger than the boomers themselves. They're the most racially diverse generation in our history. They currently comprise 25% of the workforce. And by 2030, they'll comprise 50%. What we need to focus on is this vital group that already comprises a large segment of our society and of our workforce, and in time will dominate our workforce, needs to climb, needs to rise to the peak of their own individual and collective excellence. Let's think of it in terms of a mountain climbing metaphor. What we can do is serve as Sherpas, those of us who are older and more experienced in the workforce. Any great society, any great culture throughout history has had at the center of that group a cadre of trusted elders that were there to remind the emerging generation of the path that was to come. So what we can do is we can aid the climb, we can aid the ascent of that millennial generation. At base camp, for example, in their youth, we can provide that foundational knowledge. At advanced base camp, we can provide advanced knowledge and advanced training and advanced preparation. And then finally, we can serve as pathfinders, leading them to the peak, to the summit, if you will, which would be mature, accountable, and responsible adulthood. And we can show them that they're part really of a grand parade. They have a unique niche in history, but they're actually part of a larger pattern. And they fit in, and they're vital, and they are the next great generation.